Hey, welcome. Okay, this is going to be short, sweet, to the point. This is, wait. First, welcome to Rush to Judgment with Jessica. I am Jessica, and welcome back. This is the last and final video of the trial for the George Zimmerman trial. This is the verdict. So, let's get into it. This was a 12 minutes long video, but there was most of the first part of it was nothing. So, let's get into it. Slow down. Go normal. Okay. Are we ready, y'all?
Please be seated. We're back on the record. I understand that we have a verdict. Are we ready for the jury to come in?
We are, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, let's go ahead and bring them in.
I bet you he is nervous. Like the first 5 minutes, the camera was just on him. Like,
And I will remind everybody in
Sweating.
the courtroom that there's to be no outbursts upon the reading of the verdict or afterwards.
keep your shit together, people. Breathe, George, breathe. Judge, are you sick? It's George's mom and dad. You can't see mom. She's behind the man there. I don't know if that's his wife next to her. Oh, she looks different every time you see her. Sarah. Everybody but the judge.
Please be seated. Members of the jury, have you reached a verdict? If you'll please fold the verdict form and hand it to Deputy Jarvis.
Thank you.
Okay, if you'll please.
In the Circuit Court of the 18th Judicial Circuit in and for Seminole County, Florida, State of Florida versus George Zimmerman. Verdict, we the jury find George Zimmerman not guilty. So say we all four-person.
Does either side want to pull the jury?
We would, Your Honor.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen,
He has
ladies,
no
I'm sorry.
reaction.
As your juror number is being called, please answer whether this is your verdict.
Juror B 29, is this your verdict? Yes. Juror B
Ugh.
76, is this your verdict? Yes. Juror B 37, is this your verdict?
Yes.
Juror B 51, is this your verdict?
Yes.
Juror E 6, is this your verdict?
Yes.
Juror E 40, is this your verdict?
Yes.
Thank you.
Ladies, I wish to thank you for your time and consideration of this case. I also wish to advise you of some very special privileges enjoyed by jurors. No juror could ever be required to talk about the discussions that occurred in the jury room except by court order. For many centuries, our society has relied upon juries for consideration of difficult cases. We have
Ugh.
recognized for hundreds of years that a jury's
Ooh,
deliberations,
he's
discussions, and
mad.
votes should remain their private affair as long as they wish it. Therefore, the law gives you a unique privilege not to speak about the jury's work. Although you are at liberty to speak with anyone about your deliberations, You are also at liberty to refuse to speak to anyone. A request to
Mr. West
discuss
is
either your verdict or your
quite pleased with
deliberations
himself.
may come from those who are simply curious, from those who might seek to find fault with you, from the media, from the attorneys, or elsewhere. It will be up to you to decide whether to preserve your privacy as a juror. Is there anything we need to take up before the jury before they're sent back to the jury room to be discharged?
No, Your Honor. No, Your Honor, thank you.
Ladies, thank you very much. You will be taken back to the jury room to be discharged.
He just like stands there like,
Mr. Zimmerman, I have signed the judgment that confirms the jury's verdict. Your bond will be released. Your GPS monitor will be cut off when you exit the courtroom over here, and you have no further business with the court. Okay, thank you. Is there anything else this court needs to take up before we recess for this case? Adjourn for this
Thank you for
case.
your time, Your Honor.
Thank you all very much. Court is, the evidence.
so he was on
You can enjoy the convenience of picking up.
the GPS, the monitors. Okay. That was very anticlimactic. But I guess that's how it has to be. But, well, cool. Now, I have read, there was this article that I read the other day. Just an update of George Zimmerman now. It was in the Washington Post, so take with it what you will. Oh, how do we do this one? So, let's read it. It says, the moment that George Zimmerman became unrecognizable to Leanne Benjamin, she says, came when the Florida man finally realized that there was a chance he could go to prison for killing Trayvon Martin. Even though Zimmerman had fatally shot Martin, an unarmed black teenager in Sanford, Florida in February 2012, Benjamin... Oh, wait, this is right. I can't read this one. Because I'm not. What was it that I read then? Well, we'll just read this one off of TMZ. George Zimmerman is going after, well, this was in December of 2019. It's been dismissed since then. But in 2019, George Zimmerman sued the Martin family. Well, okay, George Zimmerman is going after Trayvon Martin's family, claiming they defamed him and created a conspiracy in an attempt to convict him of murder. Oh, let me move that. Okay. Convict him of murder. Zimmerman suing Trayvon's parents, along with prosecutors and a book publisher, for $100 million in damages. In the suit, he alleges false evidence was used against him during his trial and cites a documentary that accuses the Martin family of engineering a phony testimony. As you recall, Trayvon Martin was visiting his father in Sanford, Florida on February 26th and was returning from a store with candy. He was killed by Zimmerman, who had reported him to cops as suspicious. According to the docs, Zimmerman claims the Martin family and prosecutors lied about the true identity of the woman Trayvon was talking to on the phone at the time of the shooting in his suit. Zimmerman alleges they presented Rachel Gentile as the witness during the trial, but he claims it was actually Brittany Diamond Eugene on the phone. Of course, Zimmerman was eventually found not guilty in 2013 of second-degree murder in a 17-year-old's fatal shooting. Still, he's suing for defamation and conspiracy. He's also suing the state of Florida for malicious prosecution. The shooting of Trayvon remains a lightning rod, as Zimmerman has maintained he was attacked by Martin and was defending himself. Zimmerman's named HarperCollins and author Ben Crump as defendants due to their recent release of Open Season legalized genocide of colored people. Oh, okay. Well, what else have you been doing there, Georgie? Well, this was in 2016. He is allegedly called the bar manager the N-word lover. Zimmerman tells us he never used any type of racial slur and says the whole thing started when a female he was with got assaulted. George said he was only sticking up for her. George Zimmerman was angry, belligerent, and hurled the N-word before he was tossed from a Florida bar, according to cops. Seminole County Sheriff deputies went to the bar Wednesday night to investigate a possible battery involving someone in Zimmerman's group. According to the report obtained by TMZ, cops saw Zimmerman shouting at a female employee who said she was trying to collect his bill. The manager told cops George had said, I didn't know you were an N-word lover. As for the possible battery, cops say George claimed a man had hit him on the shoulder multiple times, but for surveillance video showed it was just a friendly pat. The bar manager said they've had repeated issues with Zimmerman and banned him from returning. Zimmerman's statement to cops was not flattering. He wrote, Officer X is an incompetent officer, underqualified to flip burgers. Huh. He has been. This also happened in August 2016. He says he got punched for talking about Trayvon shooting in public. George called 911 to report he had been punched in the face, and there are reports. It's all because he introduced himself as the guy who killed Trayvon Martin. It happened at Gators Riverside Restaurant in Sanford, Florida last weekend. According to a transcript of the 911 call, Zimmerman says he was explaining to people at his table that he'd shot Trayvon in self-defense. He says a man who overheard walked up to his table and asked, "You're bragging about that?" Zimmerman claims the man threatened to kill him and punched him in the face. But there are witnesses reportedly telling a different story, that Zimmerman introduced himself to someone by saying, "My name is George Zimmerman, the guy who killed Trayvon Martin." The alleged puncher fled the restaurant and police are looking for him. That's crazy. Crazy. Oh, he also went ahead and sold the gun, or auctioned off the gun that he used in the incident. He was also, I know that he was in another incident where somebody attempted to shoot him. I think this was the one I read. Oh, yep. Okay. So Sanford, Florida, and this was from, I don't know. Let's say, what's it from? I don't know. In the 10 years since George Zimmerman shot and killed Trayvon Martin, he has remained embroiled in controversy. 2 months after his July 13th acquittal, Zimmerman's wife, Shelley, who had filed for divorce, called 911 to report Zimmerman had assaulted her father and threatened her with a gun. 911 call. "He just threatened all of us with his firearm and he's going to shoot us." Zimmerman was not arrested after police said they couldn't find enough evidence to press charges. 2 months later, Zimmerman was arrested in another domestic dispute after his girlfriend Samantha Shibby, I don't know, said he pointed a gun at her. "You just broke my glass table, broke my sunglasses, and you put your gun in my freaking face and told me to get the blank out," she is heard saying on 911 audio. Shebe later recanted her story, and the case against Zimmerman was dropped. In late 2013, Zimmerman started selling his own artwork. One painting of the American flag sold for over $100,000, but was criticized for being a ripoff of the Shutterstock photo. Okay. That's unfortunate. A second painting of prosecutor Angela Corey ran into legal trouble because the Associated Press said it imitated a copyrighted photo. In early 2015, Zimmerman was again charged with domestic assault after allegedly throwing a wine bottle at girlfriend. Once again, no charges were filed because the alleged victim recanted her story. In those first 3 years following his trial, in addition to the dramas in his personal life, George Zimmerman was under investigation by the Department of Justice to determine if he'd violated Trayvon Martin's civil rights. But in 2015, the federal agency I lost my spot. The federal agency said the evidence did not meet the high standard for a federal hate crime. Also, in 2015, Zimmerman would make headlines again when Matthew Apperson fired a gunshot at him during a road rage incident. During Apperson's trial, Zimmerman was asked about the Black Lives Matter movement, and his response sparked controversy. I don't believe Black Lives Matter is a movement, sir. They're terrorist cowards, he said. Apperson was convicted of attempted second-degree murder, but recently bonded out of jail after being granted a new trial. In May of 2016, Zimmerman sparked fury when he listed the gun he used to shoot Trayvon Martin on an auction website. It eventually sold for close to $440,000. In May of 2018, Zimmerman faced more criminal charges. He was accused of stalking a private investigator who was helping with a documentary on the Trayvon Martin shooting. Zimmerman eventually pleaded no contest to the stalking charges and got 12 months probation. Most recently, Zimmerman turned his attention to lawsuits. In 2019, he filed a $100 million defamation lawsuit against Trayvon Martin's parents. Just this month, it was dismissed. In early 2020, Zimmerman filed a $265 million defamation suit against two presidential candidates for allegedly defaming him in tweets. A year later, a judge dismissed that lawsuit. Denied. It's been 10 years since George Zimmerman burst onto the national scene. While he did win his freedom after the trial, for the past decade, he has clearly not lived free of controversy. Clearly not. So, turns out, George Zimmerman is kind of a dick. Or is he just a dick now because this trial fucked up his life and he is just fucked up now? Or was he always that way? And this just brought it into the media. Who knows? I don't know. But anyway, I think I am going to do... So that was catch up on like where George Zimmerman is now and all of that. I think I will do like a pre-trial thing to see like how it all got to where it is and all of that. Get some articles and stuff together and some videos and stuff and kind of give a little background as to why it was such a big controversy and a big deal. Just to give kind of a preface to the whole thing. But that might take me a minute. So, but yeah, it's been fun. That's it though. That's all I got. We are done with the George Zimmerman and that was it. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. It was great. It was wonderful. It was fantastic. And that's all I got. That's all I've got. That's all I've got. Okay. Well, you all have a good night, good evening, good day, whatever this is for you. And I will see you on the next one. Remember, like, subscribe, comment, do the things. Get me to where I can make some money. So, okay. I will see you all on the next one.